All right, so you're ready to jump into software development. And you're probably like, okay,
Yeah.
what is this going to cost me?
For sure.
Like, everyone wants to know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like budgeting for a car, and you don't even know if you want like a sedan or like a...
Or a fancy sports car?
Yeah, fancy sports car.
Yeah.
So we get it.
Definitely.
You've got a project, you need a developer, but figuring out that budget can be a little...
It can be a maze.
Yeah.
It really can. So that doesn't mean we can't give you a good starting point, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got your research right here, including this really handy guide called The Playbook for Hiring the Perfect Developer.
I like that.
It's packed with insights.
Yeah.
We're going to distill the essentials to get you on the right track.
Sounds good.
Hi, I'm Jim Sugars, and this is The Perfect Developer's Deep Dive, the show that talks about how to find the perfect developer. If you're looking for a way to quickly and easily find the best developer for you, your budget, your team, your project, and your business, then welcome aboard. You're in the right place. Whether you're just getting started or you've been in the game for decades, we're going to be giving you the tools, strategies, systems, techniques, and just a little bit of the old school about what you can do right now to have more fun, more impact, more time, and more money by hiring smarter, not harder. But before we get started today, I want to make sure you've taken the opportunity to get our incredibly popular, entirely free, very useful little playbook. The 5 questions you need to find the perfect developer now. It's simple, fast, effective, and 100% free. Try it now at theperfectdeveloper.com.
Ready to break it down?
Absolutely. Let's dive into the average cost of hiring a developer.
Okay. First up,
Yeah.
location.
Ooh.
This might seem obvious,
Yeah.
but where you hire from makes a huge difference.
It really does.
I mean,
Huge.
we're talking global talent pool here.
Yeah.
Like, a developer in Silicon Valley is going to have very different expectations
Oh, for sure.
than one in, say,
Right.
Southeast Asia.
Yeah. It all boils down to cost of living and market demand.
Right.
You know, for instance, a developer in North America,
Yeah.
they might command a higher salary just because the cost of living is higher
Sure.
compared to like a developer in Eastern Europe where the cost of living could be
Yeah.
significantly lower.
So location's a major factor.
Yes.
But let's say you've got a region in mind.
Okay.
Now we got to talk experience.
Okay.
This guide breaks it down
All right.
into junior, mid-level, senior developers.
Gotcha.
And I love how it compares it to like choosing the right tool for the job.
Right.
You wouldn't use a screwdriver
To hammer a nail.
to hammer a nail, right?
Exactly. You want the right tool for the job.
Yeah.
And in this case, you wouldn't hire a senior developer to build a simple landing page.
Right.
Just like you wouldn't ask a junior developer to architect like a complex e-commerce platform.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
So how do we actually translate experience into dollars and cents?
Well, the good news is this guide actually gives us some concrete numbers.
Okay.
We're talking hourly rates and monthly salaries for each experience level.
Nice.
So, for example,
Yeah.
junior developers might fall somewhere between $20 and $50 an hour,
Got it.
which roughly translates to about $3,000 to $7,000 a month.
Gotcha.
Mid-level developers, on the other hand, could range from $50 to $100 an hour,
Okay.
bringing their monthly salaries to somewhere between $7,000 and $14,000.
Wow.
Now,
Big jump.
if you're looking at a senior developer with years of experience and specialized expertise,
Yeah.
you're likely looking at over $100 to over $200 an hour,
Really?
with monthly salaries exceeding $14,000, sometimes even reaching $20,000 or more.
Whoa, those senior developer salaries are no joke.
They're not.
It really puts things in perspective. But I bet there's more to the cost
There is.
than just those base rates, right?
You bet. We can't forget about the hidden costs,
Ooh.
the things that often catch people off guard.
Spill the secrets.
Oh, yeah.
What are those sneaky costs that people tend to overlook?
Things like recruitment fees if you're going through an agency.
Yeah.
Also, remember the time and resources it takes to train and onboard a new developer,
Right.
regardless of their experience level.
Yeah.
And then there are the costs of software licenses or specialized tools they might need.
It all adds up quick.
It does.
So how do we navigate all these factors and choose the right hiring model?
Okay.
Freelancer, full-time employee, or even an agency?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Each option has its own advantages and disadvantages,
Yeah.
depending on your project and your budget.
Right.
Freelancers, for example, might be more cost-effective for short-term projects
Oh.
or specific tasks, while full-time employees provide more stability and long-term commitment.
Gotcha.
Agencies, on the other hand, can offer a complete package,
All right.
including project management and quality assurance,
Nice.
but usually at a higher cost.
So many choices.
Lots of choices.
It seems like knowing the average cost is just the first step.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Your specific needs, your project scope,
Mm-hmm.
and even your company culture will all play a role in determining the true cost of hiring a developer.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why simply focusing on the average can be a little
Yeah.
misleading.
Right.
It's like walking into a car dealership and saying, I want a car, how much does it cost?
Right.
You're going to get a lot of blank stares.
Yeah.
Because there are so many different types of cars with wildly different price tags.
For sure, it's about finding the right fit,
Right.
not just the lowest price tag.
Exactly.
It reminds me of that time I tried to save money by hiring a super cheap freelancer for a website redesign. And let's just say it ended up costing me way more in the long run
Oh, no.
because their code was a tangled mess
Oh, yeah.
and I had to hire someone else to fix it.
I've heard so many stories like that.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of thinking beyond that initial cost.
Right.
Sometimes spending a bit more upfront on a skilled and experienced developer
Yeah.
can actually save you money and headaches down the line.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure we're asking the right questions
Yeah.
to find that perfect fit?
Yeah.
We keep talking about the perfect developer,
Right.
but what does that even mean?
That's the key question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect is entirely subjective.
Right.
And it depends on your unique needs.
Okay.
Are you looking for someone with deep expertise in a specific programming language?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a developer who can seamlessly integrate with your existing team?
Yeah.
What about communication style and problem-solving abilities?
Right. It's not just about the technical skills. It's about finding someone who understands your vision, communicates clearly,
Yeah,
can adapt to your workflow.
precisely. And that's where the 5 questions from theperfectdeveloper.com come into play.
Okay.
These questions are designed to help you define what perfect means
Okay.
for your project.
So they're like a cheat sheet
Yeah.
to help you figure out what you really need
Yeah.
beyond just the code.
Exactly. They push you to think critically about your project and your team dynamics.
Okay.
For instance, one of the questions asks about your preferred communication style.
Oh, interesting.
Do you want daily updates or do you prefer a more hands-off approach?
Mm-hmm.
These seemingly small details can make a huge difference in the long run,
Okay.
especially when you're working remotely with a developer.
It sounds like these questions are all about uncovering those hidden compatibility issues
Yes.
that could lead to major frustrations.
Yeah, exactly. It's about proactive communication and ensuring you're on the same page from the start.
Right.
Remember, hiring a developer is like building a partnership. It's about finding someone who not only has the skills, but who also shares your vision and can contribute to a positive and productive work environment.
Okay, so we've talked about location,
Yeah.
experience hidden costs, and even those crucial 5 questions
Right.
that help us define what we're actually looking for.
Exactly.
But how do we know if we're getting a good deal?
Right.
Is there a way to gauge if a developer's rates are fair and competitive?
So that's a great question. It's important to do your research
Okay.
and compare rates based on location experience level
Yeah.
and the specific skills you need.
True.
Websites like Glassdoor and salary.com can give you a general benchmark for developer salaries in different regions.
So we can use those resources
Yes.
to get a sense of the market rate, to
Exactly.
make sure we're not being overcharged.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to negotiate.
Oh, okay.
If you found a developer you really like, but their rates are a bit outside your budget,
Yeah.
have an open and honest conversation. Sometimes there's room for flexibility, especially if you're offering a long-term project or a chance to work on something really interesting and challenging.
It's all about communication and finding that sweet spot
Exactly.
where both parties feel valued and respected.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Building a strong relationship with your developer is key to a successful project.
Yeah.
And it all starts with clear communication and a willingness to collaborate.
This has been so insightful.
Good.
We've gone from feeling overwhelmed by the cost question
Yeah.
to having a much clearer understanding
Yeah.
of the factors involved in the questions we need to ask.
For sure.
But before we wrap things up,
Okay.
I have one more question that's been bugging me. We've covered so much,
We have.
but I'm still wondering,
Yeah.
how do we actually find these developers?
Right.
Where do we even begin our search?
Okay. Yeah.
It feels like a daunting task,
It can.
especially with so many options.
It's true. The talent pool can feel like a vast ocean.
Mm.
But remember, we're not fishing for just any developer.
Okay.
We're looking for the perfect catch.
Okay, I like that.
So your project.
So where are these prime phishing spots?
So you've got your dedicated freelance platforms,
Okay.
which are great for finding developers for specific tasks or short-term projects.
Mm.
These platforms allow you to browse portfolios,
Okay.
read reviews,
Yeah.
and even post your project requirements to attract potential candidates.
Hey, cool.
Then you've got your traditional job boards,
Yeah.
which are a good option for both full-time and contract roles.
Okay.
And don't underestimate the power of your network.
Oh, yeah.
Reaching out to colleagues,
Mm-hmm.
attending industry events, or
Right.
even connecting with developers on social media
Yeah.
can open doors to unexpected opportunities.
Networking the good old-fashioned way.
Exactly.
You never know who might have the perfect developer in their contacts list.
Right.
But let's say we've found a few promising candidates.
Okay.
What's next?
Vetting.
Don't skip this step.
Gotcha.
Take the time to thoroughly review their portfolios,
Yeah.
paying attention to the types of projects they've worked on
Mm-hmm.
and the complexity of their code.
Mm-hmm.
Check their references. Ask for testimonials from previous clients.
Right.
And most importantly, conduct thorough interviews
Okay.
to assess both their technical and soft skills.
So it's like a detective investigation,
It is.
gathering clues,
Yeah.
piecing together the puzzle
Exactly.
to see if they're a genuine fit.
And during those interviews, don't just focus on technical questions.
Okay.
Remember those 5 questions we talked about?
Yeah.
Use those as a guide to gauge their communication style,
Uh-huh.
problem-solving abilities,
Yeah.
and overall cultural fit.
Right.
I don't know.
Because even the most brilliant coder can be a nightmare to work with
Oh, yeah.
if they can't communicate or collaborate
Exactly.
agreeably.
And once you've found that perfect developer, remember the importance of a clear contract.
Okay.
This document should outline the scope of work.
Payment terms, deadlines, ownership of intellectual property,
Right.
and any other important details.
So it's like a roadmap for your collaboration,
Exactly.
making sure everyone's on the same page.
Yes.
And there are no surprises down the road.
Precisely. A well-defined contract protects both you and the developer
Okay.
and sets the foundation for a successful partnership.
So to recap, we've explored the average cost of hiring a developer,
We have.
debunked some common misconceptions,
Yes.
and even discovered those sneaky hidden costs
Uh-huh.
that often catch people off guard.
Right.
We've learned the importance of choosing the right hiring model,
Yes.
asking the right questions, and thoroughly vetting candidates
Exactly.
to ensure a perfect fit.
And most importantly, we've emphasized that finding the perfect developer is an investment,
Yes.
not just an expense.
Right.
It's about building a long-term partnership with someone who understands your vision,
Mhm.
shares your values, and can help bring your ideas to life.
This has been such a valuable deep dive.
Good.
We've covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time,
We did.
but I feel like we've given our listener a solid foundation to start their developer search.
Absolutely. And remember, if you're feeling overwhelmed or unsure where to begin,
Mm-hmm.
those 5 questions are a great starting point.
Yes. Head over to theperfectdeveloper.com and try the 5 questions now.
It's a good resource.
They'll help you define your needs, clarify your vision, and ultimately find that perfect developer who can turn your dream project into a reality.
Happy coding!